This is GerotheHero, and this is my review of Inuyashiki Episode 4. This episode was messed up right away. We find out how cruel and crazy this yakuza that we see at the beginning of this episode. He does evil stuff to people just because he can, and luckily, Inui, a pretty girl that is targeted by this yakuza and kidnapped. And it's unfortunate because she's just living a simple life and has a nice boyfriend who is super lucky that she loves him so much because she's super pretty and he's kind of plain, but you can see that he's at least a nice guy. Unluckily, this yakuza kidnaps her and basically wants to drug her and use her however he pleases. I thought she was pretty brave to fight back, and she even steals his sword and cuts his wrist. I thought that would be the end of it, but this guy's kind of a monster, and they patched him up in the hospital. And of course, he finds her and her boyfriend. Despite her boyfriend's pleading, this yakuza doesn't care. Luckily, Inuyashiki butts in and starts knocking out all the yakuza's henchmen one by one. He fights the yakuza, but he's like a monster, and he knocks him out. Now, I thought the girl's boyfriend was a goner, but Inuyashiki ends up reviving him, not with his powers, but, just regular CPR. Inuyashiki actually gets super pissed and goes over to where the yakuza is, and I think he was kind of impressed that the old guy showed up and talks to him on his own, but that's kind of his downfall because Inuyashiki unleashes his power, and what I thought was interesting is that he didn't kill them. He easily could have, but instead he blinds them and cripples them so they can think about what they have done to everyone that they've hurt. Luckily, Inuyashiki finds Inoue and reunites her with her boyfriend. So it was nice to see, him actually act like a hero and get to actually save someone because, in the past episodes there were people that he couldn't save. So luckily he could in this time. I'm kind of wondering if, in the next episode, we're going to see the other guy and he's going to end up doing all kinds of evil stuff, but we'll have to see. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. I was really kind of impressed with how this episode was. I mean, I thought I was watching, some kind of Tarantino movie, practically, because of all the violence and all the stuff that was going on, but it was a really great ending. But like always, comment below, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you next time.